Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menashe. If you're a business owner, would you like to know which country your business is licensed to conduct business in? If you conduct business in multiple countries, would you like to know the rules of engagement for continuing to do so? If you set up your head office in a global financial center hoping and expecting it would act as a gateway to conducting business across an entire continent, would you like to know if that was a good investment? Well, if you live in the United Kingdom and you own a business, you're dealing with all of those questions. In fact, you've had this uncertainty hanging over your head since June 23rd of 2016. That was the day the Brexit vote took place. The deadline for the UK to complete its exit negotiations from the European Union is at the end of March. And on Tuesday of this week, the British Parliament voted against the last and final negotiation between the UK and the European Union on the terms of the exit. So we really have no idea what Brexit actually means. We don't know what it means for EU citizens who reside in the UK. We don't know what it means for British nationals who reside in continental Europe. We don't know what it means for goods and services that are crossing the English Channel. Further complicating matters is the fact that Ireland has chosen to remain within the European Union. There's no hard customs border between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. That means that for the time being, the Republic of Ireland represents a giant backdoor into the United Kingdom. Many North American companies had set up their European headquarters in London or other cities in the UK. This facilitated communications with English as the common language and has provided companies with a highly educated and skilled talent pool and a gateway into the entire European market. London has flourished since the UK joined the European Union. Since 2016, a large number of companies have relocated their European head office from the UK to other centers throughout Europe. The impact of this exodus of people, investment, and jobs has been in the tens of billions. Both BMW and Honda have already set up plans to idle their UK-based plants starting next month. This does not represent a permanent shutdown, but was designed to schedule maintenance shutdowns during the immediate aftermath of the Brexit transition. However, with yesterday's vote, a delay of the UK exit from the European Union is virtually certain. Now, here's the problem I see with the entire Brexit fiasco. The vote to exit the European Union was won by a very narrow margin, less than 1%. The day that followed the actual vote, it was disclosed that the pro-Brexit movement had falsified projections and misled the public on the benefits of departing the economic union with Europe. After having experienced the steep and dramatic economic fallout over the last 3 years, it is not at all clear whether the UK population remains in favor of leaving Europe. If a second referendum were held today, I believe a vote to leave Europe would be defeated. So here again we have a political stalemate. The UK is scheduled to leave the European Union, with Ireland remaining. The terms of the exit are unclear. Prime Minister May survived a non-confidence vote, but both exit agreements negotiated with the European Union were resoundingly defeated by the British Parliament. EU officials have said that the current negotiations represent the best and final offer from Europe. Fully 50% of the trade in the UK is with the rest of Europe. The British pound is trading at the low end of the range in recent years and is now at $1.31 US to the British pound. If you go back to 2014, the British pound was at $1.70. That represents a fall in value of almost 25%. London lost 93,000 in population in 2016, 106,000 in population in 2017. In fact, over the last 14 years, London has lost almost 1 million people in population. I mean, think about that. That's a big number. The only other city I can think of that has experienced a similar loss of population is Detroit. And we know what that's done for Detroit. It's been an absolute disaster. Since the Brexit vote, real estate prices in central London have dropped an average of 10%. Remember, that's an average. Many properties have been converted from owner-occupied to rentals. The last time I was in London, most of the old homes in central London had been converted into guest houses or hotels. One thing I can say for sure is that London has not attracted new investment in nearly 3 years. In fact, there's been a marked period of disinvestment. At some point, it will represent an opportunity for investors to jump back in. But before that can happen, there needs to be a foundation of certainty, which for the time being seems a long way away. As you think about that, invest in markets where you've got certainty. Have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.